Sisters, sisters, there were never such devoted sisters. Never had to have a chaperone, no sir. I'm here to keep my eye on her.
My name is Sophie Morris, and I have been a member here since 1982.
I am Dolly Elbird.
Bethany Evans, married to Clayton, have a daughter, Kaylee, who's 22 months. We've been here since August the 1st of 2008. Moved here from Alabama, and we started going to Rugby Avenue straight off and have enjoyed our time here.
My name is Casey, and I'm 14, and I've been going here all my life.
Hi, I'm Savannah, and I'm 10, and I've been with Rugby Avenue Church for as long as I can remember.
I'm Tasha Grimm, and I have been a member of the church basically my whole life. I grew up in the church, and I've been at Rugby Avenue since August or September of '06, and I was here for a couple years and then left for a short 8 months, and now I'm back again, and my husband's the campus minister.
I enjoy coming to Bible study on Sunday, the worship service.
I'm just really enjoying myself here. We are about to purchase a house in Waynesboro, but we have decided to still come here.
It was interesting for me to watch because once Josh came in, people that would introduce themselves to me, and I'd already been here for a year, and people didn't know me until Josh came in. And I think it's just because he's very, he's much more outgoing, and then they saw us as the couple, and I wasn't just the one college student. Most people thought I was a college student there, but yeah. And I don't think I'm very quiet, but I think I compared to him, I am very quiet.
I'm currently teaching the nursery cradle roll where my daughter is, and I'm used to that. I taught cradle roll before.
I work with 3 other ladies with the special adults class. I enjoy them. They seem to work well with each other and enjoy what has been taught to them.
Some of the things that I'm involved in are the classes downstairs also, and youth group, and I was in Kingdom Kids, but now I'm in youth group.
When I first came to Rugby Avenue, Josh and I were not married, and actually he wasn't even here. He was in West Virginia, and I was here for about a year, close to a year, 6 months to a year before he came here. But I remember my first Sunday, I just had people come up to me and ask me out to lunch, and when people get to know you and they're just like, hey, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? And that was, I was always talking with people and finding out about activities, and when you have service Sunday, just being like, okay, I'll stay and do whatever, I'll go and sing, and there's always, the bulletin board's always full of places where you can sign up to do things and be willing to volunteer. And that was kind of, it was just people coming to me basically and saying, are you willing to do this? Would you like to? And it gave me an opportunity to say yes.
Well, some of the activities I've been in is the kids' classes downstairs, and I like to go singing for Service Sunday.
It's Bible class, and I try to make communion bread for members. And Trice and I are involved outside with flowers.
We gathered things, and then we took them to the Ronald McDonald House for people and stuff, and I really like that.
I am teaching Sunday school class this quarter. I tried to do the women's Bible study that started, but I work every Tuesday, so that is no longer possible.
In the flower beds outside, we planted tulips in the fall, and then we do the flowers in the spring.
I'm teaching the 1st and 2nd grade class on Sunday mornings. Tell me about it. Right now, I don't have very many students, so the first Sunday I didn't have any because they were all sick, and last Sunday I just had one, is Charlie, and this Sunday I had Charlie, and then we had a visitor, Bryn. But this is the first class I've ever taught, so it's really exciting for me, especially at that age, because I was surprised at how much they know. Like Charlie, I started a verse and he finishes it, and it's great. And every question I ask him, he knows the answers to it. But they also stump me sometimes. I say things and they're like, well, really, it's this. And I have to think about it. Sometimes it's just the way I've worded it, and it's cute to watch them, how they catch me on things, and they're so smart. And I was very surprised. I think I've taught some, just some nursery classes and just the really little kids, but I've never had the opportunity with kids who actually, already are knowledgeable about the Bible, and they're just, it's a lot of fun to watch them and to be able to teach them. And I've learned that I learned so much from it, because I have to be on my toes, and I have to know things, because I can start on one story and be teaching them something, and they add more to it. So I have to know what they're going to come up with.
It's a very diverse church in just about every aspect, age and background and everything. So that helps with getting to know everyone.
I am feeling a part of the family here at the church. I'm participating in a class on Tuesday morning. I enjoy.
Sharing every little thing.
When we first moved here, there was a lot of Friday, Saturday night dinners over at members' houses. I think because of the weather, it was warmer, and then when it became winter, it kind of backed off a little bit. That was a good way to get integrated with the church and meet people and really see them at home and get to know them outside.
Inviting you over to their home for dinner, Ralph and Pat, within, once Josh was here, it wasn't very long that they were like, hey, come to our home for dinner. And, people were always inviting you over for lunch afterwards. And I know when we were getting married, we had a great couple shower here, and people from the church came to our wedding. And, Josh had only been here for 2 months when we got married. Like, they knew, some people knew me, but, Janet and Dan, videotaped at our wedding. I mean, just knowing that you have a church family behind you, and when you walk in the door, people know your name and they know your face, and you don't just come in and sit there for church and then leave and no one talks to you, and it's like having a family, and that you have family and friends at church, and I think that's so important.
Kingdom Kids was a lot of fun because you got to hang out with your friends, and you also got to do things for other people. Miss Julie, Miss Pat, Miss Janet. There was a memory verse that Miss Julie gave us, and she put it to rap music, and that's just one of the things that I remembered since that class, all the time. Okay. And the verse was Hebrews 11:1. I'm not going to rap it.
I think everyone has reached out here now. I feel good about everyone. There's a smile now, and people are talking, and I feel good as a senior citizen.
Miss Julie, and she's very nice, and she teaches one of the classes downstairs, and she really gets to know everybody really, really well, and she's just really nice. And so is Miss Pat. She also teaches downstairs, and I think that both of them do a really good job teaching.
I know with ladies' weekends or retreats or anything like that, it's easier to say yes if there's daycare or babysitting, and I know Caitlin takes a lot of that.
My first Sunday that I was here, I just had people come up to me and talk to me.
I'm enjoying being here, and as a senior citizen, it makes me feel good that I am able to come and participate in everything that is taking place here. It keeps me going, it keeps me happy, it gives me joy, and although being a senior citizen, I'm not really the way I wish I was, but I do get so much encouragement that I still feel, I feel great.
For me, I've felt very supported being in this church and coming in, not knowing anyone. I didn't know anyone in the community, anyone in the church. And so I felt very supported when I came in, and then once Josh got here, it was, we were the couple then, and as a couple we were supported, greatly from a lot of people in the church, and that has been wonderful.
Well, I know that sometimes when I had some kind of appointments, Julie would always come and stay with him. I guess he would always tease her before, so it meant a lot. It was like a family. Well, I did my grieving before he died because it was so hard and he was uncomfortable, and so you kind of accept that to come.
All kinds of weather, we stick together, the same in the rain or sun. Two different faces, but in tight places, we think and we act as one.
Like to work with teachers who have been teachers a lot, because I've never done it before. So, I got my packet of books and it's like, okay, here you go. Here's your books and you're going to be teaching. And I really, I'm just kind of teaching on my own and I don't know how other people do it. And I went into my classroom and it's decorated very nicely. And, I don't know who decorated or what it's from, but just to maybe work with some of the teachers who have taught a lot or who have a lot of experience with it, because I know my Bible stories, but to be able to teach that to first and second graders, I feel like they're learning, but I don't know maybe some of the best techniques to do it or just some of the other fun things to do. And another thing that I realized this morning, we're trying to sing some songs, and I haven't sang Bible school songs since I was a little kid. I mean, it's been years, and there's some, the songs that we sing in church, but there's some of the songs that the kids know or that they want to sing that I'm I really don't know them. And so maybe even to teach songs again, and the little girl that was in my class this morning visiting, Bryn, she was like, my favorite song is this. And so she taught me the song, and I was like, I sang that when I was little, but I haven't sang that in years. So, and I don't have kids, so we don't, I'm not really singing the song, so.
It used to be the smile is, but I think I've overcome that. I've prayed and I think I've overcome those things.
You think they didn't smile
I
enough?
thought people were not friendly enough. They didn't smile enough. They would pass over you, not reach out to shake your hand. I felt that way, but I'm beginning to feel better. I'm feeling better now. Well, I mention it to people. And that is what helps. Sometimes people do not know if you don't speak out and talk and let them know. So I did speak out, and everything seemed more wonderful here now. So I'm getting along wonderful.
Well, I always enjoy a good fellowship. I think we've had a fellowship meal maybe twice since we've been here. We always did it once a month before I came, so I was used to cooking more at the church and enjoying the fellowship outside of just the service.
I would just like to come together, study the Word, and participate in fellowship with the ladies.
When there's ladies retreats and events for ladies or for couples, if they haven't attended nursery or babysitting available, then that would make it easier for the parents of small children, I know, to get involved.
To encourage me to come, just being kind and friendly, or give me a call, or send me a card, or just tell me what's happening here at the church.
I grew up in the church. My father is a preacher, and my husband converted March 6th of 2007. So I was very grateful for that, and he is a new Christian. He was in Iraq for most of the time, so the learning process didn't really begin until he came back and actually here. So more of the beginning Christian classes would be helpful for him. I know that after Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings we go home and discuss what went on in class, and he has lots of questions that I sometimes can answer, sometimes can't. I find myself calling my dad a lot.
I wish I could take a part more in some of the things that are taking place and then I think I would be helped.
Have more vacation Bible schools, and because those are a lot of fun, and also a lot of other people begin to know where we are, and they have a lot of fun too, and they get to go to church and worship God with us.
Couple discussions and husband-wife discussions would be good for him too, and me.
The classes downstairs would be the thing that I would want more time with, because we have, as I said, a lot of fun and we get a lot of knowledge out of it.
Well, probably just visit if it's okay with them. That would be the best.
Maybe on a Sunday afternoon, now that we aren't doing Sunday nights, that could be something that the teachers could get together just to be like, this is what I like to do. Or, I know a lot of teachers have taught for a long time.
A couple of times he was in the hospital. People went to visit.
When I was here as a single person, I was dating Josh, but I was here by myself, and people didn't always talk to me, and a lot of people didn't know me, and and I don't think I realized that we're kind of the left and right side, like you talk to people, and by the time you're done talking to the people on the left side, the people on the right side are gone, and so a lot of people didn't know me, and it was interesting for me to see that, how when I was here by myself, people didn't know me, and then when I was here with my husband or as a couple, people noticed me, I guess, and and I don't know if it's just because he was more outgoing, and I think that might be what it was, but I think I've seen that with some of the single college students, in our congregation right now. They come in, they sit, they leave, and they aren't always talked to. Maybe one or two people will talk to them, but I think maybe as sisters in the church, that can be one thing that we focus on. Sisters in the church, just be like, oh, they're, notice them as they're sitting up there. A lot of times they're in the front, even closer to the front by themselves, and talk to them.
Well, I know there's a ladies class. Maybe they could have maybe one or two more of those classes, for younger kids, so that they could be part of that without talking about stuff that they don't understand or that doesn't really apply directly to them.
Sometimes it's important, I think, to have young married couples that don't have kids yet, because a lot of times, you are in a different phase of your life, and so to have that support, which we did when we were first married. There were quite a few, Lance and Sandy were here, and Tyler and Ashley were here, and there were a lot of young married couples, and so that was a great experience for us. And then now coming back, it's been interesting because everyone already knows us, and it's even when we first got married, it was like, oh, you're the newlyweds, and now everyone knows us, and it's we have this great church family, and we left and we're sad to leave, and now we were back, and we felt very welcomed when we came back, and people were excited that we were here, and we were excited to be here, and I think it is a different role for me now, because Josh is in a different position that before we were just members in the church, and now he's kind of in a different position where it's given me the opportunity to work more with the college students and get to know some people on a different level that I wasn't able to before. We're trying to do these Friday night devos in different people's homes, and that allows you to really get to know people on a different level, or to hear different stories from people, and getting to know the college students, which I'm very excited about, and because we don't always the college students kind of do their own thing a lot of times, we don't always get to know them very well.
Well, if I'm don't understand something about the Bible, I can ask one of the ladies that I think would probably know, one of the people that go to church and that I trust.
As a young married couple, we needed that support, and we needed that church family behind us because we don't have any family here. And it was, I don't know, just people were always talking to you, and they're asking you how you're doing, and when we got back from our honeymoon, everyone was like, how was your honeymoon? People were excited for us, and that was very encouraging.
Everyone here knows each other, and we just have a fun time here studying and worshiping God and Jesus. And I think that since everyone knows each other, no one feels shy around each other, and we feel open enough to talk to each other about our difficulties or anything that we need to pray about.
Well, sometimes I invite them to the house for lunch. and visit with them.
Helping our college sisters is just as important as, maybe our single sisters or our married sisters.
Oh, I'm telling you, I hope I can be of some interest, some hope to someone, shed my love and my joy and my faith, and just reach out to everyone, the little ones, the in between, and the teenagers, and even the seniors like myself. I just think it's wonderful to reach out and show you love. I love the babies. I get lots of joy from them. So I feel good within my soul now.
Everybody is my friend. Well, the Hemoricks, Janet, Potes. Well, like I said, I feel like that's my family here.
Those who seen us know that not a thing can come between us.